Thank you. It's a great beginning. I'm Barbara. I'm the teacher. This is Barbara Gannon. I'm the teacher and the director. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm going to say a few thank yous and then we're going to watch the show. First of all, what you just saw, the music, the video, wonderful. I want to thank Santa Monica College and of course Emeritus College for this program, for the most amazing program of its kind in the world as far as I'm concerned. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We deeply appreciate everything you do to make this possible. I want to thank Catherine Campbell, who runs our classes. I teach the classes. She runs the classes. They don't run without her. I would also like to thank Mary Jo Robertson and Laura Lipson for the show that you just saw, and Bob Lipson for the musical that you just heard. They did an extremely wonderful job, and I hope you're in as good a mood as I am from watching it and listening to it. I also would like to thank Matthew Crawford, who's very new to our class, who we deeply appreciate, who's actually our showrunner and is going to be running the show today. So thank you, Matthew, and welcome. The cast, my fearless, fearless, fearless cast. Trust me when I say it takes more courage to do what they're doing today than to jump out of an airplane and skydive. That's easy. This is hard. And I also want to thank all of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting us. We deeply, 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 deeply appreciate it. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Up next is Intimacy Kit from Nick Hornby's State of the Union, Martin Faneau, and Dana Gosh Starr. On Tuesdays, Ellen and her husband Scott meet in the coffee shop below their marriage counselor Cindy's office. Much to Ellen's dismay, it seems Scott has been amusing himself by attempting to trick Jay, the non-binary coffee barista, into revealing their birth gender.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, okay. Hey, there's a question I never asked you before. How do you know these people?
People? You mean that one person behind the counter over there? That's an entire group of my friends now.
Yes, yes.
I take yoga across the street.
Oh my goodness, I didn't, yeah, I knew you did something stretchy. Hey, I got a second question about
Oh.
these. Better keep my voice down. It's if you need he, she, what do you call it?
He, she. That's a pronoun, Scott.
Which pronoun would you use?
I use he, she, and all the others. It depends on the context.
What about Jay?
You're trying to see if Jay's male or female.
Yeah, yes, I am.
Why do you need to know that?
Well, let's suppose that I have to say blank has put too much milk in my coffee.
That would be Jay.
All right, Jay has put too much milk in my coffee. I'm going to ask blank for another cup.
Them. Jay prefers they, is what she prefer. He prefers it, they prefer.
They, I'm going to ask they for another cup. Okay, okay.
It's confusing. You want them to bring you another cup?
Oh, you're too much.
What are you trying to figure out here? What's going on?
Look, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Were you trying to figure out whether Jay was male or female?
Well, that's the beginning. Yes, yes.
I'm confused. Why do you need to know that?
Well, again, back to the coffee. If she put too much milk in my coffee, who do I call? What blank do I call? What phone?
Jay prefers they, Scott. What's the big deal here? It's one little transaction. What's going on?
I'm just trying to understand what's going on around here.
You were trying to figure out whether Jay liked licorice, didn't you? God damn it. 30 fucking years and that same stupid theory of yours. All women hate licorice. And oh, let's not forget the greatest film of all time ever made, Great Expectations. Ugh.
The David Lean version.
Yeah, fucking David Lean, 1946, black and white, Alec Guinness, David Lean version. Yes. And your pet theory, all women hate licorice. It's absurd.
It's not absurd. I'll prove it. Let me prove it to you. Do you like licorice?
No, I hate licorice, but just because I don't eat it. What?
Look, relax. Miss? Oh, thank you. No, Miss.
Oh my God.
I just have one question to ask you. My wife and I are conversing. I wonder, do you like licorice? Thank you very much. She don't like licorice.
Sorry.
Let me ask you another.
No, please, Scott. You're embarrassing me.
Okay.
Enough. I got your point.
It's so nice to be with you. I get excited. Okay. You know,
Well,
I'm just boring and predictable. We've been here before.
there's something I don't get. Like, why you can't just leave Jay alone? Why do you need to know something like that?
Well, you hit it on the head. It, I don't like counseling, and you know why? Because it's the not knowing. It's you know, I thought we were going to put something in the beginning. We were going to put something right. You know, straightforward goal. It's not going to happen. You know, by the time this is over, we may not have a marriage.
That is a definite possibility, Scott, but we're going to work it out one way or the other. And you always think you know how things are going to go, and you're wrong most of the
Oh.
time. So quit projecting. Well, on another note, we know what we're going to talk about with Cindy this week.
Cindy, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Please tell me.
What? You forgot. You were thrown out of an intimacy workshop last weekend. Oh.
I wasn't thrown out. I was asked very politely to leave.
Oh, come on. This isn't the Wild West. Nobody hurls you up by your breeches and tosses you through the doors these days. No, it's very diplomatic now. They come up gently and put their arms around you and say, sir, maybe this place is not right for you, and maybe you should just go home. You were thrown out. God damn it. No one wanted you there, and no one felt they were in a safe space.
Oh my God. We had the places and now we got the spaces.
It is not funny. Everybody
Oh.
was sharing incredibly private things about themselves in there.
Oy, oy, oy. If they were that private, why the hell would they be talking about them in a room full of people? You would never get me. You'd never see me doing that.
Oh no, we all noticed you had nothing to share about yourself, but plenty of suggestions for every person in that room.
Come here now. I'll tell you something. It's easy to see what other people are doing wrong.
Didn't you think you'd be expected to open up and share a little bit about yourself?
You know, I didn't know what a workshop was for, especially an intimacy. So really, I really didn't know what an intimacy workshop was about.
Okay, fair enough. What were you imagining you were going to?
Hey, I thought it would be about, you know, about sex, and maybe I'd be writing things down.
You seriously thought that you and I were going to a workshop on sex?
Yeah. Well, you know, when you go into one of those smart hotels, you've been there, and they try to sell you an intimacy kit for $100. You know what's in it? Condoms and lubricants.
Those things are the least intimate thing in existence. Everybody rifles through those tins. They're disgusting.
I never opened one. I just read the stuff on the back.
Oh, so to you, intimacy is condoms and lube.
Hey, look, when a person says they were intimate with somebody, sex.
Sex is a small piece of it.
I thought sex was the whole thing.
Been married to you for 30 years, and my husband thinks that sex and intimacy are the same thing.
Look, maybe it's just a confusion in terminology, like what you call intimacy, I might call something else.
Oh, okay. Well, what might you call it?
You know what I might call it is actually it's sex. That's what I might call it.
Again, everything comes back to sex. Round and round we go for you.
Oh,
Sex is a small part of intimacy. To me, so much more important. It's the emotional side of it. It's where two people trust each other so completely, so 100% safe, that they can share their deepest, darkest secrets with each other. They can share their fears. They can share their fantasies. It's where two souls really make a connection. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably horrifying and scary, but amazing and beautiful at the same time.
You mean honesty, right?
No, Scott, it's not honesty. I never know what is going on up there in that head of yours, ever.
You know, there isn't very much going on up there, I'll tell you.
Come on. You're such a smart guy. You have thoughts and ideas about all the people around you, everything going on all around you, all around the world. Be honest.
You know, that's good, good there. You're good there, but excuse me. I'm not complicated. I don't even know what complicated means.
Well,
Especially when it comes to a person. I mean, you seem to be very complicated.
I like to think I am.
You like to think so. So it's a good thing, huh?
Well, you know, when you go into, yeah, it's about layers and textures and unpredictability. Yeah, it's digging deep into yourself. Yeah, I think so. It's interesting.
Well, tell me one thing. Is it possible that someone could be uncomplicated in a good way?
I guess.
But your doubt makes me feel like I'm uncomplicated in the bad way. Look at me a minute. Why did you marry me in the first place?
Wow, there's a big question. You were so funny and irreverent. I loved that. I really loved that. And a good looking man. I don't know. I just fell in love with you.
Even though I was not complicated, hey?
Don't forget I was with Mark before you.
Oh my
and he
God.
was complicated.
Yeah, that guy's father. His father ran away with $1 million that he took from his employer. And then what did he do? he runs off with a guy. You figure.
Definitely fucked with Mark's head for sure. And ruined our relationship.
Well, there you go. Sometimes I see this. Sometimes being complicated can mean a very, very interesting personal history, but involving deviant behavior.
What are you talking about? Being gay is not deviant behavior, Scott.
Oh, come on, will you please? I know that.
Oh my God.
You know, I stealing. You know, he stole a lot of money. That's deviant behavior. You know, Jesus Christ, what do you think of me?
I'm sorry.
You know, maybe my views are more complicated than you'd like to admit. And I'm not as straightforward and stupid, okay?
I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Hey, if you were going to go off to see Cindy on your own, what do you think you would talk about as a topic?
That's a terrible question. I have no idea. Not an inkling.
Hey, what about your parents?
Oh, my parents, mom and dad, huh? Well, mom and dad for everybody's a little problematic, but they fed me, they brought me up, they sent me to school. Whoops, I'm talking too loud. They gave me everything, you might say, to begin me off anyway. I left home early, got out of there. They didn't get along with me, but that's the way it goes. You know, maybe all I've done in my life is string together a whole mess of facts. I thought 1 million guys were like me.
Wow. I don't know what to say about that, but Oh, shoot, it's late. We got to get up there. It's time.
Our next piece is George and Annie. It's written by emeritus student Catherine Campbell, who stars in it with Gene Moskovich. George and Annie return home, having just learned of Annie's diagnosis of early stage dementia.
Muted.
I said, how about a cup of tea?
Oh, George, I've just had this life-changing diagnosis and you're thinking about tea?
Well, he said that, nothing's going to change in the next 15 minutes if we have a cup of tea. It's just the beginning stage. Come on, we're the same people who walked out of here this morning. I think those people would be telling us to relax, sit down, and figure out how to make the best of this.
The best of it. Fine for you, George. You're not the one losing her mind as we speak.
Oh, neither are you. The doctor said that the medication that you were going to be taking would hold off senility for a long, long time.
Okay, we're going to drop the word senility, okay?
Okay. We'll call it the disease that has no name, but we've got to start getting organized, like the doctor said, about some of the things that we need to do. There's your exercise program, your diet, and what about those word and memory games? All part of the plan.
Oh, God, I am not going to classes with a bunch of demented people. And don't forget what the doctor said. I'm probably going to lose my license.
Oh, that won't happen right away. At some point, they'll probably have you take a written test. But all the answers are on the internet. We'll study together. I'll help you.
Jesus, George, you were there when I took the cognitive test. I couldn't for 10 minutes remember 6 words in a row. How am I going to remember all those stupid driving rules?
Well, maybe that's the point. At some time you will have to stop driving. But here's the good news. I'll drive you wherever you want to go. Come on.
So, George, if I want to get my nails done or go out to lunch with a friend or just go shopping, you're going to drive me everywhere I want to go? How do you think that's going to work for you?
I think it'll work. You know that Leonard Cohen song, I'm Your Man? That's me. I'll be your man. And driving you, I may not love it, but I'll do it. It's going to be challenging because sometimes you can be a real pain in the ass in a car, even when you're well. But I'll do it.
Listen, George, I'm functioning on a day-to-day basis, don't you think? I mean, I know I lost the car the other day, but I forgot to take a picture like you told me of the street sign. And what about you when we went to Century City?
What? You mean last week when it took us 5 minutes to find our car in that, gargantuan underground parking lot that's the size of 3 football fields? There were 10 other people looking for their cars at the same time we were, and they might still be there looking for their cars. Come on, Annie, it's not the same thing. You parked our car 2 blocks away from the house and then you couldn't remember where it was.
Okay. I know I have some memory problems, but I'm almost 80. This is normal. Doctors want to make a disease out of everything. There is nothing wrong with me. I just want to be left alone.
I'll leave you alone. I'll make sure the kids leave you alone.
Oh, God, did you not hear what I said on the way home in the car? We are not telling the kids. We are not telling our friends. Can you imagine? Susan will be okay. Andrew will freak out. He's such a worrywart. And I have to get used to this whole idea before I can listen to all their fears and answer all their questions. Nobody finds out.
Okay, we won't tell anyone until you're ready to. But there's some things that we've got to kick into gear right now. What about the medication? I know you're not crazy about taking it, but what do we got to lose? He said it would help.
Oh, Jesus. George, did you listen to what the side effects were? Nausea, dizziness, diarrhea. That's going to really work well when I'm doing my old lady classes, isn't it?
You might not even get those side effects. You know, a lot of that is just legal language. The lawyers make them put that in there so that nobody can sue them for failing to warn them about the most unforeseen things. Come on. You
Listen,
know,
George, it's my
it's,
body and I'll decide what I put into it.
well,
Okay?
of course you will, but Annie, you need me. You can't do this alone. And you don't need to do this alone.
I know, George, I know I need you, but I don't need you to start taking control of everything with all these plans. You know that that doesn't work. You can't get bossy with me. It doesn't work.
No one knows better than me that getting bossy with you doesn't work. But you've been negative about every single suggestion I've made. What is it you want from me? What do you want me to do?
You know what? I want you to keep quiet and let me think. This is so difficult but enough with the plans. We don't need the plan. Let me think for a while before you come up with all these
No
plans.
plans, no plans. That's not what you said 2 years ago when we had that IRS audit. You said I saved the day coming up with a plan to organize all those receipts and documents to cover our deductions. I was a man with a plan. That's what I do. IRS, whatever.
George, that is not exactly the same thing as this. You know, I was just thinking, do you ever like walk upstairs and go into our bedroom and think, what the hell am I doing here? Why did I come up here?
We all do that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm going through? I feel like I've walked into this giant void and I can't see the exit. I don't know how to get out of here and I don't know how I got in here and it's terrifying.
Well, of course it is, but you know, we just have to work together. I will need to make some decisions for you, but I will do that when the time is right.
Oh, George, all I do is look into my future and I see an institution and me sitting there staring at a wall all alone. Better that I have no idea where I am. Do you remember when we went to your friend Doug's party
Doug
and we
Stevens,
walked in and he said, oh, you need to meet my mother. And there was this
what was
lovely
wrong
old
with
lady
that?
sitting over there. And we all went and said hello and we gave our names and we, oh God, she had no idea who we were. We didn't know who she was either. And, you know, he was just parading her out there. And she had a witchy hair on her chin. Don't ever do that. Don't ever show me off like that when I don't know what the hell is going on.
Do you honestly think I would do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking about going to be some demented, drooling old lady who doesn't know what day it is. And how am I going to know what you do? I'm terrified, George, terrified.
You're being pretty dramatic. The idea that I would be enjoying myself while you were going through all this, that's ridiculous.
Oh, George, that's what men do. Come on. You
That's a
we
cheap
know
shot.
men who've
That's a
done
really
this.
cheap shot.
Well, it's true. We know men who have done this, right? I mean, the cute girl down the street, Julie, the one that you think is attractive. You'll be able to take her out. Maybe first thing you know, you'll be
Oh,
flying off to Spain with her.
Julie Manicotti from down the street.
Yeah,
You know, I won't even ask her out until you're completely out of it.
very funny, George. I think I should pay her a visit and tell her all the reasons she should have nothing to do with you.
Oh, don't embarrass yourself that way.
Hmm.
You know, Julie, Spain, yeah. I think I should take her to Paris.
Oh,
It
right.
would be so much more romantic. You and I were going to go to Paris. She and I could fly first class, sip French champagne, go to the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, yeah, that's not
Come
you,
on,
George.
come on. All
Come
right, I'm
on.
kidding, but you want me to be serious? I'll be serious. Have you
No,
given a single thought to how this might affect me? You know, we're in this together. I haven't thought about how it's going to affect me.
I'm sure you have, but no, right now, it's all about me. I mean, I can't stop thinking of all the things I'm gonna miss. I'll never be the cute little Nana at the grandkids' wedding. I'm never gonna have a great grandchild.
Oh, come on.
There's just so much, and I don't deserve this.
Nobody deserves this, but you got to get a grip. There are a lot of people who are worse off than we are.
Name two.
Oh, don't be so sarcastic.
Well, and don't you patronize me. There's one thing I really need to get from you, George. I need to get your promise to me that as this progresses, you will tell me the truth all the way along.
Of course I will. I will take care of you, even when you don't know who I am. I will be by your side forever, Annie. But you know, there's something I need from you too. This is a two-way street. I need you to promise me that you'll try your very best to let us enjoy the time we have as much as we can for as long as we can. Will you promise me that, Annie?
I will try, George. I will really try.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better. I just got a great idea. Why don't we go to Paris? We always said we were going to do that. You're the one I want to see the Eiffel Tower with. You know that. Huh. Oh, and that's perfect. And we could go in September for our 45th wedding anniversary. What do you think? Why are you nodding your head? No.
George, it's our 46th.
Ha,
I'm in.
off to Paris.
Change of Heart is written by Emeritus student Deborah Kraut, who stars with Carol Carson and Mark Schwartz. It is 5 p.m. We are in the home of Alex and Maggie Baker. Alex and Jessica Shine, a super smart designer the Bakers met at a friend's party the previous evening, are enjoying a glass of wine as they discuss a renovation project the Bakers are considering.
Okay, hey, keep it quiet back there. Sorry about that. He just likes people too much. Shush. Uh, with our crazy work schedule, I never thought we would get this remodel done on this guest house, but your design idea is so innovative. I just felt if anyone could do it, it would be, I'm nervous, it would be you.
Well, that's why I'm the designer. We work while the client thrives.
That would make a great bumper sticker.
Oh, not a bad idea.
Oh, look at your hair. It's blonder. Huh, I like it.
Oh, thanks. It's from playing tennis outdoors. The sun does this thing on my hair. Free highlights, no dye.
Tennis is my game too. I play over at the UCLA courts. I'm always looking for a good doubles partner. Maggie, she's into pickleball these days.
Pickleball. Well, a few years back, I played tennis 3 days a week, but now my work schedule's packed. You know what? I'll text you if it lightens up.
Great.
Full disclosure,
Mhm.
I was a tennis counselor at camp.
Well, not to brag, I played tennis for the college team. Speaking of schedules, let me write you that check. That was $25,000, right?
Mhm.
And that was to, hold on, Jessica Shine, Shine, right?
Yes, thanks.
There you go.
Fabulous. Now we can get started. Hey, what color are your eyes?
Oh.
Charcoal brown or are they black?
That all the time. Ooh, what color are your eyes? I think they're chocolate brown. At least that's what the nurses tell me.
No, you know what? I was thinking of using something like that for the guest house. Like an accessory color.
Well, geez, I never thought of my eyes as a color for a wall, but what the heck? I guess I'm game.
No, no, no. I'm thinking of using your eye color for the trim.
Oh.
Speaking of eyes, I may try like a feature wall in a hazy ocean blue, color of Paul Newman's eyes.
Hmm. Someone's into eyes. I like that. Paul Newman. Huh?
I met him briefly at a Yale welcoming dinner.
That he was all over you.
No, 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 but he was obsessed with Matisse and he went on and on about him. And Matisse is one of my favorites too. So it was really fascinating. Wow. That Paul Newman, even in his late 70s, quite a presence.
Huh. So you're okay with guys in their 70s? Age is just a number, right?
70s fine. I think older men have a certain gravitas. Sexy. Guys in my age bracket haven't grown up yet. But talking about Yale, I'm returning to Yale for my MA in architecture.
I love that about you. Art history major at Yale, managing director of your own design firm, a tennis player who happens to favor mature men. I'm impressed.
No, my mom helped me navigate the business side. She's really great with all that math stuff, and she lives nearby.
It's great to have your family close by.
Yeah, it's fabulous. She's really supportive, and you know what? She's still quite young. She had me when she was 20.
Wow. She must be so proud. And now an architectural degree. It's an excellent choice.
Well, you're not so bad yourself. I just read your opinion piece in the New England Journal of Medicine on long COVID. Fascinating take on the disease.
How did you get to see that one? That's not exactly meant for public consumption.
No, but my dad's a doctor too, and I always look at his journals when I'm visiting his house. Your piece was easier to get through than most. Dad said that journal is one of the most prestigious in the world. Not bad.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to get my name in there. You know what I'm thinking? You and I should do lunch together before you leave for school. I would love to pick your brain on art history, my single favorite subject in college next to physiology, and you can feel free to quiz me on my career, my specialty, infectious diseases. Sounds pretty sexy, right?
I love that idea. So when would you and Maggie be available? I'll put it on my calendar.
No, Maggie won't be joining us. She doesn't usually have lunch, and she's definitely not an art history major. Or, she just doesn't care for it.
Well, are you sure she won't mind that we're lunching together? I mean, I don't want to do anything that might be misunderstood.
Not a problem. I promise I'll be on my best behavior. Look, the Hammer Museum is right by the hospital. Why don't we meet this Tuesday? There is a lovely cafe on the second floor. I could head over after rounds, 1 p.m. And since it's after rounds, wine for everybody.
It's a date.
Cheers. I can't wait to get this guest house done. I'm so glad we met you. Speaking of Matisse, I have an idea. Why don't we? Well, we could use Matisse for inspiration. I love his reds and his blues, maybe even his browns.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that idea. I have a print of his in my apartment. Blue window, lots of blues, but browns too, and a hint of red. You know what? We could easily work off that one.
That'd be great.
Hey,
But
sheet music for Rhapsody in Blue? For the saxophone?
yeah, I play the saxophone. Well, at least I used to in high school. Trying to master Rhapsody again, but it's tough stuff.
Yeah. Gershwin was a genius. I used to be able to play all 31 pages on the piano by heart, but hardly play anymore. I don't even think I could get through that long opening trill. Um, what was it called again?
Glissando.
Glissando. Yeah.
That's a fabulous opening. I have a challenge. How about we both learn to play Rhapsody? And if we succeed in 2 months, 3 months' time, we can have a duet. Deal?
Yeah, I'll shake on that one. Hey, what time did you say Maggie's coming home?
Oh, not at least until 8. She's got some work dinner thing, and she won't be in for a while. So make yourself comfortable. Kick off your heels. Enjoy the wine. It's sincere.
Hey, it's funny bumping into you and Maggie at last night's party.
Mm.
Perfect timing. I had a project delay this past week, so if you like, I can put you in their spot. I gather you checked all my references.
I went over everything about you. Your references are impeccable. Smile. Lights up your whole face. It's infectious.
Thank you.
Alex, I have great news.
Maggie? Maggie! You're home early. Is everything okay? Oh, Jessie stopped by to discuss the renovation, and I told her that we couldn't make any decisions until it was cleared by you, but impulsively, I did say yes.
What? I thought we had a change of heart on this project. I can't believe you agreed to do it now. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Alex, I have something more important. I have great news. Jesse, I'm sorry to kick you out, but I really need to talk to Alex alone.
What's happening, honey? Promotion at work?
No, nothing to do with work.
Well, I can't wait to hear, but let's at least let the poor girl finish her wine before we throw her out.
Alex, I need to
Oh,
talk.
you know what?
now.
Don't worry about me. I've got tons of things to do.
Oh, thanks for understanding. I appreciate it. Because we'll get back to you as soon as we talk this over. It shouldn't be too long. And don't forget your heels on your way out.
Hold on, Maggie. Jessie's off to Yale next year for an MA in architecture. If she starts our guest house remodel this fall, we could have it ready in time for Rob and the kids when they come spring break.
Alex, I need to talk to you about this first, please. Jesse, it was nice seeing you again.
Sure, I'm going, but please don't worry about my grad program interfering. We'll have plenty of time to finish your project before I leave.
This coming year is not going to work out.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get in between the two of you. I mean, it's just that Alex wants to do this as soon as possible, and he gave me a check.
A check? What? After last night, I thought we were saying no to this project.
Calm down, Maggie. Just
Hey,
let me
Maggie,
explain.
what do you mean after last night?
Last night, you were coming on to my husband. You were giggling incessantly and patting his back whenever you could. Your body language was a dead giveaway.
Maggie, Jessie was just being friendly.
Oh, friendly. Is that what you call it these days?
We were at a party. For Christ's sakes, you know what? You can keep your reno after your insinuations. Fuck this job. And fuck you too.
Whoa. Let's all get this together, please. This is just a crazy misunderstanding. We can figure.
Understanding, it's more than that, but you're too dazzled with Jesse and Yale. And oh, by the way, I phoned Yale today. They didn't seem to have any record of a Jessica Shine graduating in 2010, the year on your website. Anyway, I'll call you if we change our mind.
Maggie,
Uh,
You need
y-
to stop
Wait,
this now.
you called Yale to check up on me? What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What about you? Last night you were hovering over my husband like he was a piece of steak.
Maggie, you stop. This is ridiculous. I really have never seen you like this before.
Oh, don't give me that, Alex.
This project. Look, I wouldn't do it if you tripled my fee. And I'm returning the check. Just keep it. I'm done.
Hold on. Jesse, this check is yours. We want you on this project. We will get everything smoothed out. Trust me.
That's what you think.
No, listen, folks. I'm out of here. I'm just, you know what? But you know what, Maggie? Just to be clear, before my parents' divorce, I used my dad's last name, Jensen, on all academic records. And then after they split, I changed my name to Shine, my mother's maiden name. Check it out. I graduated Jessica Jensen, Yale, class of 2010.
Maggie, how could you act like that?
Alex,
What's going on?
last night we talked about how she came on to you. And tonight, if I hadn't come home when I did, you would have had her on the couch.
She's just a little friendly, maybe a little touchy-feely.
Touchy-feely. Yeah, right.
Maggie, what was the news that you wanted to tell me?
I had a breast biopsy last week. It came back suspicious. I kept it a secret from you because I didn't want to worry you.
Worry me, for God's sakes, I'm your husband, Maggie. Why didn't you tell me? I could have had Chris look at you.
That's exactly why I kept you in the dark. You would have tried to take over the case and involve all your medical friends as well.
Oh, please don't be ridiculous. Chris is probably the #1 oncologist in Southern California. Mag, what were the results?
The MRI was negative. That's why I brought the champagne to celebrate, but you seem to have your own celebration going on.
No, cancer-free. Please, that's great news. Let's just breathe and let's have a glass of champagne.
Forget the champagne, Alex. We need to talk.
Enough already, okay? No, Jesse, I get it.
No, it's more than that, Alex. You think I don't know about the others? What do you think I am, stupid?
Others? What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Every medical party we went to, your eyes were glued on the new female intern or resident of the month. I never knew which gal was the one you were banging.
Women flirt with me, big deal.
Oh yeah, it's their fault, right? And what about those cell phone calls in the middle of the night, whispering into the phone, claiming they were emergencies, even though we both knew you weren't on service, and then racing out of the house no matter what the time to take your emergency call?
What the hell are you talking about? Those are patient problems. Remember, I'm a doctor.
The wives talk. You were the only one who played the disappearing act whenever it was convenient. Even at hospital picnics, emergencies found you. I ignored it all. But this, bringing it into our house, into our guest house? No more, Alex. I'm done.
Hold on, Mag. Let's talk this over.
No more talking. I've had it.
How can you throw away 35 years over nothing?
Over nothing? Is that how you rationalize it?
Come on, Maggie, can't we at least try to figure this out?
I don't know about you, Alex, but I figured it out. I'm calling my lawyer in the morning. I want a divorce.
Maggie, you can't just jump to divorce just like that.
Oh, no? Watch me. Oh, and anyway, enjoy your Yaley. Have the champagne with her. We're through.
Next, it's a conversation from Shrinking, written by Jason Siegel, Britt Goldstein, and Bill Lawrence, Fran Messina, and Nancy Lesh Starr. Paula, a psychologist with a thriving practice in California, has learned she has Parkinson's disease. Her daughter Meg has flown in from Connecticut to help her sort out the legal and medical details of the new reality.
Were you just talking to someone, Mom? I thought I heard voices from the other room.
Oh, yeah. Forgot that was,
Oh, she was a young girl?
yeah,
Oh.
her mom's passed away 2 months ago.
Oh,
So here's what it says in my advance directive. And if mentally incapacitated, I directed I not be kept alive by artificial means or heroic measures. Fuck yeah. So if I'm not there mentally, you can smother me with a pillow.
seriously? What is wrong with you?
Nothing. That's the way I want to go. The last thing I'd be looking at is the beautiful face of my daughter.
Oof.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just a lot. All this legal stuff and the medical information from the doctor.
Sorry, it is a lot.
Don't be sorry.
Meg, I have had the best time with you.
Yeah, me too, Mom. Listen, I have something I think will cheer us both up. You know, our Madison, your granddaughter, and how sensitive she gets. Well, my mother-in-law's been making really rude comments to her about her weight, and Madison's just devastated. So I had a chat with Dave, and he and I both agreed it's time to move his mom out of the guest house.
Whoa, where's she gonna go?
I don't know. She'll go back home or to some imaginary rehab center. But we would really love, we would really love for you to move in.
Really?
Yes, really. You'd have your own kitchen and bathroom. There's a mini office. Dave and I can drive you wherever you need to go. And you'll get to spend more quality time with Madison. She'll get to know a grandma who's compassionate and loving, the way your mom was with me when you had to work all those hours.
Well, I'm sorry, but I was an only provider and I had to work all that time. But I really appreciate that you opened up your house to me. But Meg, I don't want to move to your house.
Mom, who's gonna take care of you? Okay, guess I'm done here.
Meg.
Well, you know, if I hurry, I could find a flight that's leaving tonight, and then I can see Madison's game in the morning, so that's nice.
Well, you don't have to go.
No, I get it. You can't just pick up and move across the country.
Well, I've got responsibilities to patients.
Right, your patients. I know how important they are to you. They even drop by your house.
You mean Alice?
I don't know.
Honey, she's my colleague's daughter.
And if I dropped by and announced, would you have made time for me?
I'm just trying to help out here.
Oh, that's perfect. You're finally making time for someone who isn't a patient. No, it's so dumb. I always thought that would be me.
Wait, this is going sideways. You know, it was those patients that have put you through college.
Mom, how are you not getting this? You are 78 and you are sick. Are you really going to spend the rest of your life not making things right with me? I spent my whole childhood listening to people tell me how amazing you were. And I'd always think, who the fuck are they talking about? She was never there for me. It was always grandma who picked up the slack.
Well, we can fix this. We can fix us without me having to move across the country. I'm not an invalid. I still have patients I can help. I'm not ready to move, not just yet.
Not just yet. I see. So eventually you'll allow us the pleasure of your company when you can no longer feed yourself or talk. Lucky us.
Meg, stop, please.
I'll tell Madison you said hi.
Jesus.
The Yenta is written by emeritus student Jeffrey Harstead, who stars with Lori Keough. It's 3 weeks before Christmas in an upscale neighborhood on the west side of Los Angeles. Mail carrier Rose finds homeowner Bob Lewis relaxing in a lawn chair beside his impressive garden, reading Food and Wine magazine.
Oh, hello, Rose.
Hello, Mr. Lewis. Mind if I sit? Dogs are really barking.
I suppose so.
My, you and Mrs. Lewis have worked so hard on your garden recently. It's looking mighty festive for the holidays with the baby Jesus and all.
Very kind of you to say. Thank you for noticing.
Shame your neighbors aren't nearly so conscientious.
Well, I try not to criticize others. The Lord teaches us we all have our own hurdles in life.
Indeed we do. Especially you, Mr. Lewis.
What do you mean by that?
You need to sign for this registered letter, sir. Apparently, you ignored all those past due tax notices from the IRS I sent you. God has nothing to do with your predicament. You alone chose to bury your head in the sand or in this beautiful garden. You clearly underestimated the authority of the federal government.
Rose.
And let me remind you, your taxes are what pay my salary.
It's been a very tough year for me. Following 10 years of loyalty and dedication to the same company, they turn around and let me go.
Well, as I do recall, the unemployment department ruled your dismissal justifiable and denied you any benefits.
Well, yes, that is true, but I've appealed that law decision.
Well, unfortunately, your final appeal has been denied.
Rose, what's going on here?
I'm a simple civil servant just here to deliver your mail.
And apparently read it as well.
Excuse me?
Just talking to myself.
Good thing. You know, it's also been brought to my attention by a close personal friend in the Superior Court's office that you have a criminal complaint pending against you.
You do keep your ear to the ground, don't you?
Embezzlement scheme. They are alleging that you cooked the books for years. By law, you could be looking at 20 big ones in the slammer.
Hogwash. They have no proof whatsoever. I'm expecting this case will be dismissed before it even gets started.
Still, must throw a wrench in your holiday plans.
Oh, you only do the half of it.
Who wouldn't miss that big old Christmas bonus you're so used to getting? Must be upsetting that you won't be flying down to the Cayman Islands like you usually do with your family this time of year.
Definitely not on our agenda this year.
I had a thought. Have you considered selling that new Mercedes you bought for your wife last year? I mean, you shouldn't have to be making payments on 2 luxury vehicles in your financial condition.
Good point.
Let me give you a big heads up. Wilma O'Reilly down the street.
A lovely lady, goes to the same church we do. In fact, her kids are in my Sunday school class.
And 2 weeks ago, Wilma buys a Mega Millions quick pick from the 7-Eleven down on Wilshire and Bundy. Luck of the Irish. She got 4 correct numbers plus the bonus number. She won quite a bit. And she drives that dumpy old Toyota. I could discreetly mention to her that your shiny new Mercedes is up for sale.
No, thank you. If we decide to sell the Mercedes, I'll take care of it.
Just trying to help.
I'll tell you how you can help. Please keep my family's business to yourself.
Outside of my husband and the kids, I haven't mentioned your grand jury indictment to a soul.
I do appreciate that.
You're welcome. Well, let's see here. Sheesh, more of these Christmas catalogs.
Honestly, we must get every holiday catalog that's still printed.
Well, in case you're looking for inspiration on what to get me, I'm registered at Macy's and Nordstrom's and Petco. You know, the $25 Starbucks gift card you usually give, frankly, getting old.
Oh, I stopped there. Why not Gucci and Cartier too?
Well, you know what they say, Mr. Lewis. Loose lips sink ships.
Rose, are you honestly trying to blackmail me?
Knowledge is power, and you have reached a prominent position in this community. If you do the math, I think it would behoove you to be a tad more considerate of my needs too.
Duly noted. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Moving on. Few more sundry pieces of mail, your gas and electric bill, both past due. And I know the past due ones because they print those notices in pink just to catch your eye right away.
Thanks so much for bringing that to my attention.
Don't be discouraged. I saved some very good news.
Yeah, what might that be, Rose?
Your beautiful daughter, Allison, has been accepted into USC. Now, isn't that exciting?
That is great news. She'll be over the moon.
I'll hold off on the big family celebrations for just a bit.
Why should we?
USC wants a $5,000 deposit before the end of the month.
Allie has worked so hard to make this happen. We'll find that money somewhere.
Won't you hiding it under your mattress or planning to rob an armored car?
We started saving for her college education ever since she was born.
Your past due taxes come first, Bob. The government takes priority over all else. All of your bank accounts have been frozen, including Allie's college fund. Well, there is one exception. That account you've been hiding down in the Cayman Islands that the government knows nothing about.
Checkmate. Oh, you're good, Rose. You're really good. Quite the undercover detective. Just shoot me, why don't you?
Oh, don't be so dramatic. Go take a chill pill or eat a few of those edibles. Allie can enroll at a local community college until you get your act together. She'll understand.
You know, you're right. We really should be thinking more about your Christmas gift.
Now, there's the true holiday spirit.
The Weiss Mercedes, definitely one of those overhead expenses we could cut right out.
Bingo. And naturally, I'll be expecting my taste every month, the Cayman Islands cash account.
Of course.
I have an even better idea. You should make me co-owner of that treasure chest you secretly cobbled together.
Consider it done. But first you'll need to fly down there for me to put you on the account. So why don't we do this? Why don't we make this your family's getaway instead of ours this year?
Wow! Won't that be the thrill of a lifetime? You know, we've never vacationed in a tropical resort like the Cayman Islands before.
I'll start making all the arrangements. Let's see, we'll need airplane tickets, hotel accommodations. Best to have a car rental down there. Oh, passports. You'll all need passports.
Already taken care of, Bob. Well, I gotta get back on my mail route. You have a blessed day.
Yeah, right, crazy bitch. Hello, Keith? Yeah, it's Bob Lewis. Oh, thank you so much. Happy holidays to you too. Look, I need to schedule a drop off at the airport, a limo drop off at the airport for Christmas Day. Family of 4, so we better make it a stretch. No return pickup necessary. They just bought themselves a one-way ticket to paradise.
Next is The Handyman's Crash Course, written by Camille Gaon, who stars with Richard Hirsch. An unprofessional, bumbling unhandyman fills in for a colleague to do a repair at the home of a racist, snobby, OCD, high society woman at her palatial Pasadena estate filled with museum-quality art and furnishings.
Hey,
someone there want their leg repaired?
No,
No.
no, there's nothing wrong with my legs, as you can plainly see. I need the leg on one of my Louis Cannes pieces bolstered for more support.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Wait, what? Cans?
Cannes, as in 15th. The piece is a Louis the 15th, you dimwit.
When you said cans, it threw me off. I didn't know cans had legs. But I can fix anything.
Oh, don't move, don't touch anything, and don't talk, not a peep. Understand? Hello? Oh, Minerva dear, may I call you back a bit later? I'm here dealing with some Ricky Retardo character that the antique refinishing firm sent over. Oh, you don't know the half of it. Marco had a family emergency and they've sent, and I use the term loosely, substitute. All right, I'll call you when he's done and I've had the house sanitized. Ta-ta. So first, please take off your mucky mudcake boots and put these booties on.
Oh, like the ones the doctors wear in the hospitals. Cool.
Oh, this is hardly comparable to a hospital. It's a home filled with museum-quality antiques and highly valuable works of art.
I've never been to a museum.
No need to state the obvious. Now, you're to work only on this one piece. Other than that, you're not to touch anything else in the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Be aware you must move slowly, carefully, stealthily through the house in a very, very mindful fashion so as not to bump into or brush up against anything.
That's one of my specialties, according to everyone who knows me. Moving slowly.
You're to keep that filthy, begrimed, paltry tool bag clutched tightly to your heart at all times, as though it were your most prized possession.
Yes, ma'am, they are. And I will keep it close to my chest, like a treasure chest, like the one at Disneyland.
This is not Disneyland. I cannot stress the importance of not barreling through here like a steam locomotive with arms flailing about like windmills in all directions. Elbows to remain in at all times.
Yes, ma'am. No windmills. Now, you're going to show me where the piece is?
Not yet. I'm not done with my instructions.
It's just that I charge by the hour. I don't want to waste your time and money when I get right to the job.
Take a look around here. Do I look like somebody who'd be worried about an extra $15 an hour?
No, ma'am, but you'd be surprised at how cheap some rich people are. I've worked for some real cheapskate, some real down and out penny pinchers. Remember that woman who did the Wendy's burger commercial? She tried to stiff me. And the celebrities are the worst. In fact, last year, I did a job at a beachfront house in Malibu, and that bastard set a timer. A timer!
Mr. Renardo!
It's Ricardo!
Ricardo, Rolando, it doesn't matter. I don't allow that kind of language in my home, so please refrain from any further vulgarities.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. I will watch my P's and Q's. Everyone who knows me knows that I watch my P's and Q's.
All right, let's not segue off on some deleterious tangent again. At the end of my instructions, there will be a legal
Quiz?
No, this is not a class. There will be a legal document that you need to sign stating that you're fully aware of the rules in this home and the financial consequences that will befall you should you break them, along with the full details of the scope of the job.
Scope? I didn't bring no scope. I don't even own a scope. You mean like some kind of telescope?
Absolutely not. I'm referring to the scope of the job, everything that defines exactly what you'll be expected to do, and should you fail at it, what consequences there'll be for you. Consequences.
Is that some kind of tip or bonus? Like I never had a tip before.
It is not a tip or a bonus, quite the opposite. If you do not do the job outlined exactly as it is in the contract, or break or cause damage to anything, you'll be penalized and held accountable for your actions. You won't get paid and you'll be responsible for compensatory damages.
Pensator.
You will have to pay for anything you damage.
So let me get this straight, lady. You're going to tell me what to do, how to do it, what happens to me if I don't do it?
That's a rather crude recap of the conditions under which you'll work, but yes, and do not call me lady. It's Countess Hilton Hyatt Weston Wentworthington the Third.
Well, Mrs. Hatton, Wenten, Wooten, I assure you I'm the man for this job because I get enough of this at home with my wife. I am one house-trained puppy, and everyone knows I'm a house-trained puppy, and all my bros know I'm really kitten whipped. So I'm well house-trained man, and I'm good at my craft.
Well, we'll see. This way.
It's time for Holiday, starring Grace Salzone and Sherry McCoy. It was written by Donald Ogden Stewart and Sidney Buckman, based on the 1928 play by Philip Barry. It's the 1930s Depression era in New York City. We find ourselves in the luxurious penthouse apartment of the wealthy Seton banking family. Eldest daughter Julia, the traditional sister, is getting dressed for a party when her younger, more adventurous sister Linda bursts into her room. It seems Julia has refused to run off with her fiancé, Johnny Case, a free-thinking, self-made man of humble origins, when he declines a lucrative job at the Seton Bank.
Julia,
Hello, dear.
you had lunch with Johnny today, didn't you? He wants you to sail tonight.
Oh, you've seen him?
Oh, yes, darling, you must sail with him.
You're not dressed, Linda. You're going to be late for the Todd's dinner, aren't you?
Stop it, Julia.
Stop what?
Pretending you don't care.
See, you seem to be taking my little difficulty a little more seriously than I am.
If you don't want Johnny to go off tonight and make a hash of both your lives, you better do something. You can't let him sail alone.
He's no more sailing than you are. Does Father know you aren't going to the Todd's dinner?
Julia, why do you want to shut me out in the cold like this?
I wasn't aware that I was.
Don't you talk to me? Please, Julia.
Well, if there's been any shutting out, then it's you who've done it, Linda.
Me?
Johnny and I have had a difference of opinion, and you're siding with him, aren't you? Father's offered Johnny a most prestigious position in the family business, and he decides to just throw that opportunity away because he wants to wander around the world on a holiday. How reckless and absurd is that? I can't marry a man who's going to throw away his and my future, and I can't believe that you are siding with him.
Oh, but Johnny's right. He's right for you as well as for himself.
I think that's for me to decide.
Not Father.
Father? I'm making up my own mind. Father has nothing to do with it.
Oh, no.
Well, he happens to agree with me when you don't, that's all.
But we've always agreed before. Always.
No. I think quite often I've just given in, in order to avoid scenes and upsets and, oh, well.
Is that true, Julia?
Well, you've always been the stronger character, haven't you? At least other people have always thought so. You've always had the ideas and made the decisions.
And you've been resenting me. I can't believe it.
Well, it's nothing to get into a stew about. I mean, I didn't say that I resented you, and you have been an immense help often. It's just that when it comes to determining my future and the future of the man that I'm going to marry.
Oh, your future, Julia? What do you want? Security? Sit back smugly in your bank vault amongst the well-to-do of the world?
Well, what I don't want is to start this endless, aimless discussion all over again.
I think both you and Father are giving Johnny the rottenest kind of deal.
In what way?
Well, in every way. You're not thinking what's best for him at all.
On the contrary, Johnny's attitude has become somewhat confused, shall we say?
And you two will straighten it out for him.
We shall try.
But why hasn't he the right to live part of his life as he wants to?
Linda, I should like to understand what it is that you and he are aiming at, but I confess I cannot. I consider his whole attitude simply un-American.
Oh, are you serious?
Entirely.
Well, then he is, and he won't go to heaven when he dies. Because apparently he can't quite believe that a life spent piling up money is all it's cracked up to be. Strange, isn't it, when he has us right before his eyes as such a shining example? You think Johnny's going to come around, don't you? Well, compromise anyway. You'll be fooled. He won't give away one little inch.
He is stubborn.
No, he's right. And he knows he's right. I'll miss that man.
He's gone. He's really gone.
Oh, never mind, dear. If he loves you, he'll be back.
Be back? Be back, did you say? What do you think that I am?
I hope, Julia, that this experience, as hard as it may have been.
Don't you worry about me. I'm all right. Even a little more than all right, I should say.
Julia!
What is the matter with you?
Oh, you don't love him.
Will you kindly drop this line of questioning?
You don't love him. Answer me. Do you or not?
And what is that to you, may I ask?
You don't, do you? I see you don't. It's written all over you. You're relieved he's gone.
And suppose I am.
Oh, she asked me, suppose she is. Are you? Say it.
I'm so relieved. I could sing with it. Is that what you want?
Yes, thanks. Oh, have I got a job now? I've got to go pack quickly.
Where are you going, Linda?
You've got no faith in Johnny, have you? His little dream may fall flat, you think. Well, maybe it will. What if it should? There'll be another one. I have all the faith in the world in Johnny. Whatever he does, it's all right with me. If he wants to dream for a while, he can dream for a while. And if he wants to come back and sell peanuts, oh, how I'll believe in those peanuts. Goodbye, Julia.
Where are you going? You're going with him, aren't you? Aren't you?
Our next conversation is Tennessee Williams' Auto da Fe, starring Zia Garcia and Tom Lasky. A hot evening in August, siblings Marie and Eli are sitting on the porch of their very old, rundown house in an unkempt district of town. Marie is the caretaker of her older brother Eli, who is somewhat mentally challenged.
Eli, dear, who were you just talking to?
Our boarder, she really gets on my nerves.
You never liked any of our boarders, but Eli, you know we haven't had a boarder for years.
Well, someone's been going into my room.
What makes you think that?
I've seen evidence of it.
Well, I can assure you that no one goes into your room.
Someone goes into my room and roots through my things.
Nobody ever touches a thing in your room.
My room is my own. I don't want anyone in it.
You know I have to go in there to clean it up.
I don't want it cleaned.
You want your room to be filthy?
Just don't go in and clean or anything else.
How can you live in a room that was never cleaned?
I'll just clean it myself.
But you won't, and I'll not let you live in a dirty room. A person would think you were hiding something.
What have I got to be hiding?
Nothing that I can imagine. That's why it's so strange that you have such a strong objection to even me going in there.
Well, everyone wants a little privacy.
Oh, Eli, your privacy shall be regarded as sacred.
Ah!
I'll just allow the filth to accumulate there.
What do you mean by the filth?
Oh, the dust and disorder that you would rather live in than have me to go in there and clean.
Your broom and dustpan wouldn't do much. The very air in this neighborhood is dirty.
Well, it's not as clean as it might be, that's true. Heaven knows I would love clean curtains and white linen and a spotless house.
Then why don't we move to another part of town where the air's cleaner?
The property in this area has lost all value. We couldn't sell our home for what it would cost to put new paint on the walls.
I don't understand you. I don't understand you at all. You harp on clean all the time, and yet we live in the middle of corruption.
I don't harp on anything. I stay here because I have to. And as far as to corruption, I have never allowed it to touch me.
It does. We can't help but breathe it here. It gets in our blood.
Oh, you're the one who harps about things around here. You never talk quiet. You always fly off on some tangent and raise your voice and get all excited for no good reason.
Well, I've had just about all I can put up with.
Then what do you expect to do?
Move to another part of the city where the air is fresher.
I leave it up to you. If you can find someone to make an acceptable offer, I am willing to move.
You don't have the will to move or break from anything that you're used to. You don't realize how much we've been affected already.
By what, Eli?
This rotten old neighborhood that we live in. Why, every imaginary kind of degeneracy takes place here, right in our faces.
Now I think that you're exaggerating a little.
You read the papers, you hear people talk. You can't be unconscious of what goes on around here. Why, just last night, a woman was beat up and raped.
Well, they bring on such things by their loose behavior.
But night after night, there are crimes taking place in our parks.
Not all the parks are in our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, but decadence is all around us.
Eli, you are being unnecessarily violent in your speech. You must not allow yourself to sound like a fanatic.
You take no stand against it all?
You know the stand that I take.
I know what has to be done.
Well, there should be legislation to make reforms.
Not only reforms, but really drastic action.
Well, I favor that too, within all practical bounds.
Practical? You can't be practical and wipe out evil. This whole neighborhood should be razed.
You mean this whole section torn down?
Condemned and demolished.
Well, that is not a reasonable stance.
Well, that's the stand that I take.
Then I'm afraid you're not a reasonable person.
I have good precedents for the stand that I make.
What do you mean?
Listen, all through scriptures, there are tales of cities being destroyed by the justice of fire. I think that this is wrong.
Eli,
They become sense of foulness.
Eli, try to be calm. Now let's go into the kitchen and I'll make you a cool drink.
I just can't be.
Put those matches down. Eli, give me those matches. No. Eli, don't.
We have a conversation adapted from the TV series Orange is the New Black, written by Genji Cohen, and it stars Grace McKinney and Leon Cortot. Still wearing her expensive civilian clothes, New York City wealthy housewife Piper Chapman is sentenced to 15 months in prison for a money laundering job she did years ago while in college. Welcoming her into the cell that is her new home is Anita DeMarco, a lifer who stabbed her mother-in-law. Although the two women are meeting for the first time, Piper's celebrity status precedes her.
The guard said to come in here.
What the fuck? What are the chances? Who in hell are you?
I'm Piper Chapman.
No, I don't say. You're Chapman.
Yeah.
I'm DeMarco. We useless names around here. Ooh. How you doing, Chapman?
Fine, I guess.
Oh, really? You're doing fine. You're just doing peachy.
No, not really.
Well, are you a liar, Chapman? Because now I don't know what's true. I mean, are you doing fine? Are you doing peachy? Are you doing not
I guess I
fine?
was lying before because I'm not doing fine.
Me and the girls, we heard about you and your case. Ooh, that is a pretty big case you got there. Wow. Criminal conspiracy? Oh, I feel like I'm in a Jason Bourne movie. Are you a real criminal, Chapman?
No, that's just how they charged me. I carried a suitcase of drug money once, 10 years ago.
Well, what's the statute of limitations and something like that?
12 years.
Oh, and you did it 10 years ago. Oh. Guess what? I don't believe you.
No, it's true. I was in love with this hot, druggy guy. I was 20 years old. I did it that one time and they found me.
You know what? I don't think you did it just that one time. I think you do it all the time. I think you're some kind of a drug queen pin. Yeah, I think you got drug money stashed all over the world.
No, that was just a phase, really. It was like my drug running post-Vassar lost soul phase.
Huh. That's not. You think I'm stupid, Chapman? You think you're better than me?
No, I don't think I'm better than anybody.
Listen, because I'm not somebody that you want trust issues with, all right? We're supposed to be sharing this cell, me and you.
I think it'll be good.
No, it won't.
I think it will be, DeMarco. I'm really good with people.
Well, you're not really good with me. In fact, you're terrible with me. In fact, I already don't like you. And I don't want to close my eyes in the dark with you, which you could take your hands and just reach over and squeeze my head.
Oh my God, I would never hurt you. I don't believe in violence.
Oh, good. Then we're not savages. This isn't us.
No, of course not. I mean, you seem like a really nice person.
Now you're fucking with me. I'm fucking with you. No, go ahead. Now, go on. Finish your story, because I'm really interested in how it is that the other half lives.
Well, I can't believe it ever happened now. It was really crazy. And then it got scary. So I ran away and disappeared and became this nice lady I was supposed to be.
Really? What did your lawyer say about this? I bet he didn't even believe this shit.
He said with mandatory minimums for drug crimes, he couldn't recommend risking a trial, so I pled out.
Right, because he knew you were a fucking liar. I'm bunking with a fucking liar. You smoke?
No.
I was going to bum a cigarette off you. I think we would be better friends if you smoked. Not that it's technically allowed. All right, look, I'm going to give you the lay of the land, all right? Dining room's over there. TV room's over there. The OCs, they got their offices back there. Mr. Shaw, he's in there now. He's nice. Who'd you get?
Batorsky?
Oh, Batorsky. He sucks.
Why? What's wrong? Is he not nice?
No, he's not nice. He does paperwork. And then we got to hear all the time about his reports. All right. Anyway, that's your locker. But Collins has been keeping some stuff in there.
Oh, well, is she gonna take it out?
Well, sure. She just got out of SHU yesterday. She got transferred out of the cell. She was in there for a solid month.
What SHU?
Solitary. And you do not want it, honey.
Why was she in there?
Oh, well, we got some rules around here. She refused to shovel snow.
Shovel snow? We do that?
Yeah. She tells the CO to kiss her ass. I mean, dumb. I mean, why make trouble for yourself? All right, look, here's me. This is me being nice. This is some toilet paper. This is for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when do I get an outfit like everyone else?
Oh, well, tonight you just go down to laundry after dinner. All right, this is the big reveal, okay? This is your bed. Up there. Top bunk. Yeah. This is now your home. Hey, whoa, you're not gonna barf, are you? There's a can behind you.
No, I'm not gonna barf. But I mean, this place is scary. Hey, do you think I might get shanked?
Ooh, well, maybe. Are you afraid?
No, I'm not afraid.
Are you a scaredy cat, Chapman?
No, I'm okay.
Then say it to me. Say I'm not a scaredy cat.
I'm not a scaredy cat. But please don't hurt me.
Nobody's gonna mess with you. I mean, unless you let them.
Yeah, but it's prison. Women fight here.
Women fight. Usually gossip, rumors. Somebody might peg you for a rich bitch and hit you up good for commissary money. But listen, I should tell you, there are lesbians here. They won't bother you, but some of them, you know, they might try to make friends with you. So, you know, it's.
I understand. It's just that I have a fiance and I don't want to have lesbian sex.
Huh.
No offense.
What do you mean, no offense? Are you suggesting that I am of lesbian origin?
No, look, I don't want any trouble. It's just that I have a fiance, Larry. He's a writer. When can he come visit me?
Anybody in your file is cleared to visit. You can come this weekend. You just, you know, call him. Look, the first night is always the hardest. This is a toothbrush. This is from me to you, all right? They don't even give you one.
Thank you. You've been very kind, really. Thank you.
Okay, now, you know about the count, right?
I don't know what that is.
The count. They count us 5 times a day. Hey, you see that little red light over there? When that little red light goes off, you gotta be where I tell you to be. You understand? You understand there are rules around here?
Yes. The guards make the rules for us.
Yeah, but who makes the rules for you?
You. You make the rules for me.
Then why have you been disrespecting me?
I'm not.
Oh, yeah. You've been disrespecting me since the minute you walked in that door.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, really? Is this your scarf?
Yes, you saw me walk in with it.
You left it on my bed.
I didn't know there were rules about that.
You left it on my bed, where I sleep. This is my sacred space.
I'm so sorry. I won't ever do it again.
Honey, you may not live long enough to do it again.
The next conversation is The Hostage by Gary Michael Kluger, starring Bob Lipson and Kelly McCool. We're in a warehouse where 2 amateur criminals have recently kidnapped a wealthy old man. We now hear the old man speak.
Hey, you idiots. I need more food. You know, I have a condition. None of this fast food crap anymore. Do you hear me? Oh, damn.
What's he doing?
What happened? What's he doing?
Yeah.
I just took it. He's still eating.
Again? That's what, like 4 times this morning. He's a skinny old man. Where does he put it?
I don't know. He's has a hypo something or other, and he'll faint if he doesn't have something to eat every hour. Have I mentioned that he's a mean son of a bitch?
Not since his last feeding. Well, we better make this call now, or any money we get for him, it's going to go for food. Did you get the phone?
Yeah. Here it is. I got it.
Where'd you get it?
Well, Fat Mike sold it to me.
Fat Mike? Fat Mike's a pocket.
So?
So that thing is probably hot.
Look, we kidnapped an old man and we're about to ransom him. Dealing with stolen merchandise, that's pretty much of a step backwards, don't you think?
Forget I said anything. What are you going to say?
All right. You ready for this? We've got your uncle. If you want to see him again, you will pay us half.
Wait a minute. What's with the voice?
What do you mean? I'm disguising it so no one will recognize it.
What do you think you are, Colonel Clink? I mean, your voice is hardly a recognizable entity.
What?
Nobody knows you.
Well, excuse me, but you seem to forget that I worked for the family.
You delivered flowers there once, 2 years ago. Get a grip.
Well, I still think I should change it.
Okay, be my guest, but just use another voice.
Why?
Because we want to be taken seriously, and what you're doing makes it sound like their uncle was kidnapped by a cartoon.
Okay, I'll change it. But what do you think of our demands?
Well, I don't know. You have to read them to me. And for now, just use your real voice.
All right, I'm a little sore. We want $1 million in small, non-sequential bills. We'll call you back tomorrow and explain the plan for delivering the money.
What plan?
What plan? Well, I think we should run whoever's going to deliver the money, all over town before they leave it in the trash bin.
Why?
Why? So we're not being followed and they're not being followed.
You saw Dirty Harry again last night, didn't you?
Yeah, well.
Well, nothing. We're not running anyone anywhere. Just have them drop the money off and at noon, and the trash is picked up at 12:30. We'll get it then, and just tell them that if we'll be watching, and if the truck is followed at all, then the deal's off.
That's so boring.
Make the call.
All right. Just a second. I got it on speed dial here. It's ringing. Hello? I think you've been expecting our call. We have your uncle. I said, we have your uncle. Hello? They hung up.
What do you mean they hung up?
They answered the phone. They answered it, but there was a lot of noise.
What kind of noise? Like a bad connection or something?
No, actually, it sounded like they were having a party. Anyway, I said, we have your uncle. They said, good. And they hung up.
You idiot. You must have dialed the wrong number.
Not too likely.
Give me the phone. I'll take care of this.
It's here.
Hello? I said hello. You might be able to hear me better if you turn the stereo down. It's a live band? Well, then tell them to take 10. Thank you. Now, we have your uncle, and we're the ones who kidnapped him. Hold on. I told them we kidnapped their uncle, and they said thank you. What's going on? Here, you talk to them.
Hello. Look, I'm not sure you heard us right. We said that we kidnapped your uncle. Stop thanking us. If you want to see him alive, then you'll give us $1 million. I said $1 million. Will you stop laughing?
Give me that.
You take it.
Look, maybe you don't get what we're saying. We have your uncle. He's old and frail. Okay, he's old and frail and nasty. But
we're not going to get anywhere if you keep calling him names. If you want to see him alive again, what do you mean you don't want to see him alive again? Why not? Oh, you people are really sick. We'll call you back.
I'm afraid to ask. What happened?
Should be.
What'd they say?
They said he's a mean, horrible, nasty man, and no one really likes him, but they're all still in his will. They don't want him back.
Ooh, this isn't good.
No. Well, there's only one thing to do. You have to kill him.
Come again?
You have to kill him.
Why me?
Because he's seen you.
No, he hasn't. I wore a mask around him, just like you.
Okay, well then, this was your idea.
It was your idea.
Well, you keep saying how mean he is and that he kicks you every time you give him food and that you hate him, so...
Obviously, so does everyone. And, okay, if you're so hot in killing him, you do it.
I can't. I've killed anyone before.
Well, who the hell am I, Charles Manson? I've never killed anybody.
Okay, so what do you suggest we do?
Look, he's old. Maybe if we go in, wave the gun around, make a lot of noise, like we're going to shoot him, he'll get scared and have a heart attack. What do you think?
I think you're a moron.
Well, I don't hear you coming up with any great suggestions. How about this? Look, how about if we just leave? After we're gone, we'll call the cops and tell them where to find him.
I can't believe we're not going to get anything out of this.
I know.
Wait, I've got an idea. Where's that phone?
Right here.
Hello? Yeah, it's us again. Nice to hear from you too. Look, we have your uncle. If we don't get $1 million by 4 o'clock, we'll tell him that you said to keep him and he'll be back on your front door at 4:05 and you can deal with him. Now, don't panic, don't panic. We'll give you time to get the money together. I knew there was an answer.
Yay!
Our last piece is Good Will Hunting, written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and stars Robert Schwartz and Cy Hoffman. We are in the office of Dr. Jane McGuire, a psychologist. Will Hunting is a middle-aged man living a rough life in impoverished South Boston. He works as a janitor at MIT in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Abused as a child, he has difficulty keeping a job or a relationship. Will does, however, have a genius-level IQ and the ability to solve graduate-level math problems. Due to a violent incident involving a police officer, the court has assigned Will for counseling.
Hello, Will. Any thoughts on the last session?
All these bucks retail are just sent away for a shrink kit that comes with these volumes included.
Have you read all these books, Will?
Probably not.
Well, how about the ones up on that shelf?
Yeah, I have read those.
Well, what did you think?
I'm not here for a damn book report. They're your books. Why don't you read them?
I did.
Must have taken you a long time.
Yeah, it did take me a long time.
Here's the United States, Volume 1. If you want to read a real history book, read Howard Zinn's A People's History of the United States. That book will knock you on your ass.
Oh, how about Noam Chomsky's Manufacturing Consent?
People baffle me. You know, You spend all this money on beautiful fancy books and they're the wrong damn book.
You think so?
Whatever blows your hair back.
Last session, I asked you about hitting a policeman and you said that you don't like cops. Any further thoughts on that?
I don't know.
Well, you're lucky they assigned you to me. They could have just thrown you in jail.
You paint this picture of the boat in the storm?
Yeah, do you paint?
No.
Crayons?
It's a real piece of junk.
Well, tell me what you really think.
Well, poor color composition, lousy use of space, but that stuff doesn't really concern me.
What does?
The color here, see how dark it is? Interesting.
What is?
I think you're one step from cutting your ear off.
Oh, starry nighttime, huh?
Ever hear the saying, any port in a storm?
Sure. How about still waters run deep?
Well, maybe that means you.
Maybe what means?
Maybe you're in the middle of a big storm, a big goddamn storm, and the waves are crushing over the bow. The goddamn mast is about to break, and you're crying for the harbor. So you had to do what you had to do. Maybe you became a psychologist.
Maybe you should be a patient.
Maybe you married the wrong person.
Watch your mouth.
That's it, isn't it? You married the wrong person. What? He left you? Was he banging someone else? How are the seas now, doctor?
Don't you ever disrespect my late husband again. Do you think you're alone?
What?
Do you have a soulmate?
Define that.
Someone who challenges you in every way, who takes you places, open things up for you. A soulmate.
Yeah. Shakespeare, Nietzsche, Frost, O'Connor, Chaucer, Pope, Kant.
They're all dead.
Not to me, they're not.
But you can't give back to them, Will.
Not without the heater and some serious steering smoke.
Are you seeing anybody, Will?
Yeah, I went on a date last week.
Oh, how'd it go?
Fine.
Well, are you going out again?
I don't know.
Why not?
I haven't called her.
Jesus Christ, you are an amateur.
I know what I'm doing. She's different from all the other girls I met. We had a really good time. She's smart, beautiful, fun.
Well, so Christ, call her up.
Why? So I can realize she's not so smart, that she's boring. You don't get it. Right now she's perfect. I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah, right. And right now you're perfect too. Maybe you don't want to ruin that. Well, I think that's a great philosophy, Will. That way you can go through your entire life without ever having to really know anybody.
So that's my problem. I'm afraid of being abandoned. Well, that was easy.
Will, you'll never be satisfied in a world where you're afraid to take the first step because all you're seeing are the negative things that might happen 10 miles down the road. I heard about how you solved that math problem at MIT. You're smarter than anyone there. Why are you still working as a janitor?
I don't know.
Oh, don't give me that crap. It's not too late. There are many opportunities for someone as smart as you. What do you want to do?
I didn't ask for this.
Nobody gets what they ask for. Well, that's a cop-out.
Why is it a cop-out? I don't see anything wrong with laying brick. That's somebody's home I'm building, or fixing somebody's car that they're going to get to work the next day because of me. There's honor in that.
Yeah, you're right, Will. Any man who takes a 40-minute train ride So those college kids can come in the morning and their floors will be clean and their trash cans will be empty is an honorable man. And when they get drunk and they puke in the sink, well, they don't have to see it the next morning because of you. That's real work, Will. There's honor in that, which I'm sure is why you took the job.
Screw you. Who the hell are you to lecture me about life? You damn burnout. Where's your soulmate? Dead. He dies and you just catching your tip. That's a damn cop out.
I've been there. I played my hand.
That's right, and you're damn lost. And some people would have the sack to lose a big hand like that and come back and ante up again.
Look at me, Will. What do you want to do? You and your bullshit, you got an answer for everybody. But I asked you a straight question and you can't give me a straight answer because you don't know.
What's that?
Well, this is your file. I have to send it back to the judge with my evaluation.
You're not going to sell me, are you, Jane?
It's Dr. McGuire.
So what does it say?
You want to read it?
No. Have you had any experience with abuse?
Well, 20 years of counseling, you see a lot of.
No, I mean,
Yes.
it sure ain't good.
My dad used to make us walk down to the park and collect the sticks he was going to beat us with. Actually, the worst of it was when he wanted to beat me and my brother. We'd practice on each other trying to find sticks that would break.
He used to put a belt, a stick, and a wrench on the kitchen table and say, dude.
Well, got to go with the belt there.
I used to go with the wrench.
The wrench? Why?
Because the hell with him, that's why.
And where was your mother in all this?
She just sat there, didn't do a damn thing.
I don't know a lot, Will. But let me tell you one thing. All this history, all this stuff. Look here, Will. This is not your fault.
I know.
It's 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 not your fault.
Don't mess with me.
It's not your fault.
I know. I know.
Good work, Will.
Yeah.
I'll say. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I don't know, do we have, did we let the, oh, here, we have some audience people in here. Thank you for coming. Audience people, thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
You can unmute yourself, people.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Now you can unmute yourselves. Thank you very much.
And open camera.
Yes.
That was pretty darn good, Barbara.
Yeah, great job.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank
You're
you.
great.
Thank you.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Beverly.
Thank you.
Hi,
Bye,
darling.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Beverly.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
It was great. Really good. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Sounds like Beverly.
There she is. I see her. It's been a long time. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Where am I?
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for coming. Some of your faces I know, some I don't, but thank you, everybody who came and supported us today. Definitely. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Okay, see you at the pub.
See you at the Have a good time. Have a good
We'll
break.
miss you, Mary Jo. Thank you for doing that. Have
Thank
fun.
you. Thank you. Laura, thank you. Bob, thank you. Thank you.
Bravo, everybody.
Bravo,
bravo.
Mary Jo, Matt.
Les, you're here. My God.
I watched the whole thing. Everyone was terrific.
That one that was just talking, she was good.
Mary Jo, you did a great job on the design. I loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beverly.
Yeah.
And the music, Beverly, wasn't
And the music, yeah, everything was just beautiful on this end.
It wasn't the January episode. It was great.
Yeah, it was really great. Really great.
I want to congratulate the senior playwrights. They were fantastic, writing their own material. Relevant, just beautiful. Oh, and all of you too. You were just great, every one of you.
Thank
How are you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, because now they're taking on a whole other level of
Yeah.
creativity, and I applaud that. Applaud that.
Oh, Dorothy.
And everybody have a wonderful, wonderful summer. I'm not going to see you again until the fall. I mean, until the end of the summer. So have a great summer. Thank you all. Thank you.
Same to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Barbara, for everything.
Thank you, Barbara.
Barbara, you up it every single time. It gets more professional. And it's a pleasure seeing how everything has progressed over the years. You're great.
Well,
Thank you, Adrian.
I'm actually only as good as the actors.
Not true. It's a collaboration of talent.
You're so kind. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm taking that into my heart. I'm going to live off of it for the rest of this. And to all of the people who are in the class for the first time this semester, who this is on your bucket list, I hope that you're high as kites right now. And I hope you're patting yourself on the back along with everybody else, saying, I did it. I really, really, really did it. And I just hope you're taking that in, because it's a major accomplishment. So I applaud you.
Barbara, I'm gonna go jump out of an airplane just to see if it's true.
And then call me. Call me when you get down, when your parents gets you down. Call me from the ground and say, no, you're right. This was much more exciting.
Don't forget the parachute, Martin.
You know, Richard, you're nothing if not practical. You know that, right? Have a good summer. I'm going to say ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao,
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sandy.
Beverly.
Cozy. You look cozy. Again, Beverly, thank you. Everybody who showed up today, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Stop.
Bye.